The 4 p.m. call. Read and underline the words that you don't understand.
It is 4 p.m. and Mrs. Marshall is just getting back home from work. Her day was pretty hectic and she is beat. She eats something, then she goes to her couch. She is already falling asleep, but her telephone starts to ring. She wakes up scared and gets up to answer, but she can't hear what the other person is saying. Then she hangs up. Mrs. Marshall goes back to her couch. Her television is on, but she isn't paying attention. She is so tired that she falls asleep again, and one more time her telephone rings. She gets up to answer it once again, but she still can't hear the other person. She wonders who it is. Nevertheless, for the third time, she goes back to her couch. After a couple of minutes, she is already napping, and for the third time, her telephone starts to ring again. Mrs. Marshall is not happy at all. She is tired and can't take a nap. She gets up and answers, but she can't understand what the person is saying. The other person is breaking up. Mrs. Marshall is beginning to think someone is just teasing her. She thinks,
I'm going to unplug the telephone cable.
but something keeps her from doing that. She goes back to her couch and watches TV for a minute, but she doesn't really pay attention to what is going on. Mrs. Marshall is beat, and all she wants is a 30-minute nap. Then, once again, her telephone starts to ring.
Ring, 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 ring.
I'm not going to answer, she thinks, but the telephone continues to ring.
Ring, 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 ring.
She is now very upset, but then again, a little curious. She says,
I'm going to answer it for the last time. And if no one speaks clearly, I'm going to unplug the telephone cable once and for all. And I'm finally going to take a nap. Hello?
she answers angrily, and with a clear voice, someone asks, Is this Mrs. Marshall?
Speaking. Who is this?
She responds, a little bothered. The man says,